What is up, YouTube? This is Twinkie Trapinch, you another episode of Moveset Mondays. Albeit a bit late. Speaking of which, I'm sorry I've been MIA for the past couple days, but tomorrow not really, I guess it's tomorrow already, so I guess it's technically Tuesday, but I will be bringing you 3 videos to make up for that shit. And there will also be a channel update, which you should definitely keep an eye out for. But anyway, here, today I got suggested to do Moveset for Sableye by this group I'm in on Facebook. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so Sableye used to be a really just crappy Pokemon. Like, up until Black and White when the hidden abilities came out, it was just another NU Pokemon that in concept was good because it had no weaknesses, but in execution it didn't really work out because its defenses weren't that great. But along came the Dream World and it got Prankster as a hidden ability. Now, for those of you who don't know, Prankster lets all non-attacking moves go first. Unless, obviously, your opponent has higher priority or if they're faster and they have priority. But other than that, non-attacking moves always go first, which is pretty insane if you think about it, because you will always status first, you will always heal first, you will always set up first, and there can be a lot of shenanigans involved in that. And because of Prankster, that would definitely be the only ability you ever want to use with Sableye. I mean, Kenai is, and I have no idea when Stall would come into play. Like, why would you always want to go last? I don't know. But anyway, I'm taking a look at Sableye's stats. As I said before, none of his stats are that great. His speed's crappy. His attacks are kind of crappy. His bulk is passable. But with the Prankster that tends to be the case with Prankster Pokemon. Their bulk tends to be passable. But they really make up for this with the ability and their setup moves. So let's get started with the different sets. This first set is a lead support set, and the way I would run it is use Taunt. You send it out first and use Taunt so your opponent can't use like rocks or whatever. Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray, and Recover. You could also get rid of Confuse Ray for Trick if you'd like to do some item shenanigans, and instead of leftovers you could give it like choice specs or something, and then switch it on to a physical attacker so it's crippled. But Taunt, so your opponent can only use attacking moves if they send out some kind of setup Pokemon. Will-O-Wisp actually goes in with the EVs. It does status damage, and then it will also lower your opponent's attack, so therefore you don't have to put as much EV investment into defense. So that means you can do the full 252 into special defense, and then you get the Will-O-Wisp off on the physical attacker, and then basically your physical defense will be around 270, because their attack will be halved, so your defense will be 1.5 times. So you'll have around 270 defense if you use Will-O-Wisp on your opponent. Confuse Ray to make them punch themselves in the face like that, and Recover to get some HP back when they actually do hit, when being confused. As I said before, you could do shenanigans with Trick, and then, let's see what... There was definitely some other move I saw before that would be great on this. Maybe not. Oh, instead of Confuse Ray, if you'd like, you could also run an attack. I'd recommend Suck Punch or Sucker Punch, Shadow Claw, or Seismic Toss, or Nightshade. Seismic Toss and Nightshade both do damage equal to your level, And Sucker Punch always gets priority, then Shadow Claw is just a nice ghost stab with a high crit ratio. So it's whatever you want to do if you attack. Okay, for our next set, I thought Sableye doesn't have to be a one-trick pony, because 90% of the time what you will see is this lead support set. But if you really want to, I think it'd be possible to do a nice Calm Mind boosting set. So what you would want to do here is obviously have Calm Mind to boost your special defense, Recover, so that way you can get HP that you've lost while setting up, Dark Pulse, and Dazzling Gleam for attacking moves. I was going to say use Shadow Ball as a second stab, but Dark and Ghost really hit the same thing super effectively, so it doesn't really matter. Plus Dark can hit normal types, so you're not really missing out much. And then if you also like, you could just do the single stab, and then you could run Will-O-Wisp, so that way you don't have to put as much investment into defense, and you could run a special defensive nature rather than the physical defensive nature. Okay, and if you would like, you could also run Nasty Plot if you favor offense more than bulk, because Nasty Plot does 2 stages to your special attack rather than 1 stage to special attack and 1 to special defense. So you could also run Nasty Plot instead, but I'd prefer Calm Mind for the bulk. This next set is a physical attacking set, and the way I would run this would be with Power Up Punch to boost your attack while doing damage at the same time. Poison Jab's here because Sableye used to not be hit super effective by anything, but along came Fairy and then it got 1 single weakness, and Poison Jab hits that super effectively, so I think it's a nice addition to this set. Knockoff to knock off items, and it's a really strong stab move, and then Recover to get HP back, and then you'd go with Leftovers for this set. If you'd like, you could also do Sucker Punch instead of one of these moves, whichever you'd prefer to have more coverage on, you take the other way. And then for EVs, you want to go 252 into HP, 252 into... Smogon put 252 into attack. You could do 252 into attack with an Adamant nature, but you could also do an EV spread like this, or something where you have more bulk. But Smogon, I guess, suggests 252 into HP and attack with 4 in special defense. And then finally, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this was a good set before Sableye got Prankster, but with Prankster it's even better. This is a sub-punching set. Now, for those of you who don't know, sub-punch is a strategy where you set a sub up, and then behind that sub, you set up Focus Punch, which takes a turn to charge, and if you get hit during that charge, you have to charge again. It's a 2-turn move, and if you get hit once, you have to start over. So the substitute's there so you don't get hit. And Focus Punch does 150 damage, so that means that the charge should be worth it. Will-O-Wisp will get your opponent's, like I said before, it will half your opponent's attack, so that way, if they're a physical attacker, it won't do as much damage to your sub. And then Recover, since you're giving up a quarter of your HP every single time that you make a sub, you want to get that back up so you can continue sub-punching. So you definitely want Recover for some longevity, along with the Leftovers. If you can find a better item for this, please leave a comment, but I'd go with Leftovers. That's just kind of my default item with this kind of Pokemon. He doesn't have screens or anything, so you can't give him Light Clay, so I'm just going to go with Leftovers for him. And what you want to do here is you want to give him 252 to Special Defense, because you're going to be using Will-O-Wisp, so you don't need to put as much investment into physical defense. 8 attack EVs, but those also go into defense, but I think attack would be better because you do need it for the Focus Punch. And then 248 into HP. And that basically sums up everything I have to say with Sableye. But I have a treat for you today. Not really a treat because it's stupid, but I am a man of my word. In this Pokemon training and school group that I'm in on Facebook, because I still use Facebook because I'm a loser. I made a post where I asked what Pokemon they would like to see in this video, and Sableye got the most likes. Except that it didn't. It got the second most likes. Some guy, I believe his name was Eric. I'm not sure if he'd want me to say his last name here, but I believe this guy named Eric commented Magikarp for Little Cup, and that got the most likes. So I have a Magikarp Little Cup set. Now Magikarp only has 5 moves. One of them is Splash, so it can only run this set. Tackle for the just tackle for general attacking. I did Focus Sash and Flail because that way you can just chuck it out as death fodder. But with the Focus Sash, you'll be fine. So Flail will I'm gonna like burp. It's like in my chest. But Flail will do, I believe, 200 damage when you're at 1 HP. So that's definitely good. Bounce for coverage on grass Pokemon, I guess, and then you bounce. So I guess you have to charge, which is kind of sucky, but you can't run anything else. And Hydro Pump would be your super duper strong stab move. And Swift, if you could get some rain support, that'd be great, because Magikarp will outspeed everything in Little Cup. And I set this to level 5 because I believe that's what level Little Cup is set at. So, and then I'm not even sure if in Little Cup EVs are still 250. Like, if there's still 510 EVs. Like, how are you supposed to get that many EVs by level 5? But whatever, I'm not sure if that's right or not, but I guess you do an EV spread like this, where you put 196 into both attack and speed, and then put the remainder into special attack, so that way Hydro Pump can still hit like a truck. And that concludes Week 3 of Moveset Mondays, featuring Sableye and Magikarp. I hope you guys found this video useful. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment with any suggestions you have. If you think one of my sets sucks, please just tell me and I'll make an update video with your set. And then if you use this set, I'd love to see any of these sets. I'd love to see some footage of you guys kicking some pokey ass. And then, yeah, hit me up on Twitter with battle requests, because I definitely want to battle you guys more, because I've only done it really with my friends. So if I could like battle with someone else who actually cares about my channel, that would be swell. Even if you like mop the floor with me, I would love to know that there are people who want to battle me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a nice day.